Narduzzi as their defensive coordinator. I think that's hurting them a lot. And their secondary is not as good as they would say in the no-fly zone. I ain't seen that all season.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Isn't Rutgers quarterback?
That's the fly zone, Wood.
Right, exactly. Totally the opposite. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Well, that was one thing that I wanted to mention earlier was just before when we were just talking about the turnaround in Michigan. I don't remember. It might have been Denard Robinson's last start against Ohio State at quarterback. But I know it was a really bad day as far as weather. But this is just one thing that I'm seeing now that I didn't see in years past. We were going up against Ohio State that year, and we weren't given much of a chance. And I believe on the first possession for Ohio State, one of the Michigan DBs intercepted the ball like inside the 20, maybe even inside the 15-yard line. And that was going into a game where we needed to do something early to think that we had a chance. And after the DB got the interception, he didn't get it into the end zone. We ended up kicking a field goal, and then that was like all we did for the rest of the day. So when I saw Jordan Lewis take this pick six and go to the house, it was just so refreshing to see some kids out there that had the ability to do, to make game-changing plays, where we just haven't had that recently. You remember what game that is, Jay? Are you there, Jay?
No, I agree with this coaching. They're given the opportunities on defense. With the way that they're playing defense, they're going to be given more opportunities to make big plays. Stuff that we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would
say it's a lot to do with it. I would say it's a lot to do with our new defense coordinator too, because pretty much the same defense minus Jake Ryan. It's the same guy.
Okay. Yeah, and like you said, Ryan, I think with Peppers out there, I mean he's blowing up. I mean he hasn't had that that Charles Woodson moment yet, but I mean he's making plays all over the place. He's guarding everybody, tackling everybody. He's a really active kid, so I think it's only a matter of time. He's been just a step away, from the action. So sooner or later it's going to be a tip ball, or he just jumps a route or something. I think he's really getting ready to bust out.
Yeah, he almost had a pick last week too.
Right.
He's itching to return a punt back for a touchdown. He might do it Saturday.
Yeah, like I said, it's all coming together, and this would be the best. This would be the greatest time for that to happen.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so look, fellas, we'll start with you, Jay. Man, what's your prediction on this final score?
28-17, Michigan.
28-17. Okay. What's up with you, Ryan?
28-7, Michigan.
28-7. I'm gonna go. I'm thinking 33-15. 33-15 is how I see it playing out.
Michigan, right?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. Of course, yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be about 33-15 is what I'm running with. Any last words on this game? Were you guys watching it at? You didn't get tickets this week, Jay?
No, that's too rich for my blood.
Okay, I got you. I'm right there with you. But from either of you, any last thoughts on this matchup?
May the best man win. But both coaches will have their teams ready to play. And we're playing for bragging rights in the Big Ten Championship right here. Yeah, it's going to be a slugfest.
Got you. Hey, before we move on and get into a little bit of this trivia, what's either of you guys' thoughts on what Iowa's doing?
I would say that's, besides Michigan being successful this year so far, that's another shocker. I would never thought, they'd be 6-0.
Right, and they're down there.
I agree.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I agree. I didn't see that coming. You know, they're doing their thing, and we'll see what happens with them too this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that running back had a heck of a day. I saw they have a DB that's leading the conference with like 5 or 6 interceptions. Yeah, I just, Kirk Ferentz, this was one of the years that we really didn't know what he was bringing to the table coming into the season, but he's turned it around nicely. It's a good thing to be over in that side of the conference opposite of Michigan State and Ohio State. So, he's making the most of it.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, we'll take this last break, and we'll get into this trivia on the other side.
We are One Take Podcast Nation, bringing you quality on-demand audio in sports, entertainment, lifestyle, and more. You have podcasts from B. Meeks, Jim Shoe Johnny, show host Wood, and host of others from around the country. No matter what your sport is, we have it covered. So check us out on OneTakePodcast.com. Or if you want to go straight to our podcast channel, visit www.otpn.us. That's otpn.us. Sponsors and podcasters are always welcomed.
All right, we're back on the Pay Me No Mind show. This is your host, Wood. I have my guys on here, my Michigan guys on here tonight. This is the second Go Blue show, but we're going to get into a little bit of trivia. Ryan was cool enough to play drafted, undrafted with me last week, dealing with some former Wolverine players. This week we do have Jay on the show as well, and Jay's a little older, so I could have gone back a little farther. That was kind of my issue last week with Ryan, was not being able to go back too far. He's a little young, 15 years younger than me and everything, so I wanted to kind of throw in some names that he would know, and he did. I think you had hit a little rough spot early on, but I think you closed it out like 7-2 or something in correct answers. But this week, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. I'm a big-time movie guy. I do a lot of entertainment on Pay Me No Mind, and so I thought we'd take a look at some players from TV shows or movies, and I'll ask you some names, and you tell me if that player was a high school football player, a college football player, or a professional football player in the movie or TV show that they were in. And if I'm throwing in a wild card, if it's I'm throwing in some names that you have to tell me. It could be other. So it could be someone that would, if I said Rocky Balboa, that would be other. He didn't play football at all. So hopefully you guys, sent you this earlier to kind of run. We ran through it before we went on. But I'm going to throw out some names and you just let me know high school, college, pro, or other. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
So I got 14 names here. Jay, pick 1 through 14.
Let's go 12.
12. Now look, before I get into this first one, some of these guys have, obviously they're fictional characters, so they tried to give them some kind of sports name, but not all of them, are really like obvious nicknames or whatever that would lead you to believe whatever sport they play in. So the names, like I said, aren't that obvious, but maybe after we get done playing, maybe you check some of these movies out, or maybe, I refresh your memory about something that you like. But number 12, Jake Taylor. High school.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Oh, he played Major League as the catcher.
You're right. Jake Taylor was actually Tom Berenger's character in Major League. He was the catcher. He was the catcher.
I don't think you're gonna dump him, Wood.
Okay, I got it. If he comes across the right number, we never know. But yeah, he was other. Yeah, he was other. You're right, Jay. Ryan, give me a number between 1 and 14, but not 12. 2. It's one of my favorite ones right here. Ryan, the name is Joe Kane. This could be a little challenging. You're right. You remember? Dang. Okay, Jay, I see you. Yeah, Joe Kane.
Great movie right there. Great movie.
Right, Joe Kane was the quarterback in the program, which came out in 1993. He was actually a Heisman candidate for part of that movie, and then he had some off the field issues. So you're right, Joe Kane, the program. Jay, give me a number 1 through 14.
Let's go 5.
5. Now this is really my favorite one. Again, Ryan, this is really not in your wheelhouse, but feel free to take a guess. Lavander Bird Williams.
You got me on that one, Wood. I have no clue who that is.
Any guesses?
Hey, we're saying you're old, man.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. Any last guesses?
I'm just gonna guess and say other.
Actually, Lavander was Bird was actually featured in Wildcats in 1986. He was the quarterback for Goldie Hawn's football team.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know the movie. I didn't recognize that character there.
I tried to get one that had a nickname in it just to see where you guys would go with it. But actually, Bird was played by Michael T. Williams, who was Bubba in Forrest Gump.
Yep, you got it from that one. Good job.
Okay, so I got you one time. I tripped you up. Ryan, give me a number 1 through 14. 3. It's another good one right here. This is a hard one though, so give me a guess quickly. His name was Alvin Mack.
Alvin Mack, he's in the program too. He's linebacker.
Oh, great one, Jay. That's a great one, man. You're right.
I'll go college. Sorry.
You're right. College. Alvin Mack was played by Dwayne Davis. I just threw him on here, even though he was on the program too. But I just felt like he was one of the guys. He was the linebacker, I believe, that suffered the broken leg and was really in college just to go to the NFL, and he didn't know if he was ever going to play again. And actually, as I was putting these together today, I realized that he's actually from Cleveland, Ohio. The actor is actually from Cleveland, Ohio. His father was a Green Bay Packer named Willie Davis, and the actor himself actually played football at the University of Missouri. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
Ryan, we're back to you, man. Number 1 through 14.
Let's go 1.
1. Now this is kind of in your area, Ryan. Booby Miles is the name.
That would be Friday Night Lights High School.
Yes, sir. You're right. Booby Miles was played by Derek Luke in Friday Night Lights, which came out in 2004. See, I was looking out for you, man.
I appreciate it.
Jay, give me a number 1 through 14, man.
Let's go 9.
9. Jay, this is another one very close to you. Maybe not. This name is Gary Bertier. High school, college.
Gary Bertier, linebacker, remember the Titans? So let's go high school.
Great job. You're right. Gary Bertier was.
That's another good movie.
Go ahead.
That's another good movie. Classic.
Right. Remember the Titans came out in 2000, and Bertier was kind of like the leader that, kind of encouraged the white players to get with the black players, and, it was a kumbaya and all of that type stuff. So, who gave me 9? Who was 9? Who said 9? Was that you, Ryan?
That was me. That was Jay. That was me.
My bad. Ryan, give me a number 1 through 14.
What we got left?
We have 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, and 4. Oh, 13 and 14.
Let's go 4.
4.